Hi, I'm Nicholas Walker of Jardin du Jour, otherwise known as J2J, of Kathy Ireland Worldwide, and I'm one of Kathy's design ambassadors. Welcome again.
And I'm Chef Andre of A Cafe, also a Kathy Ireland Worldwide Design Ambassador. Now we're going to continue with our floral solutions.
Absolutely.
This is floral solution number 2, and our first one, a quick recap. We talked about choosing our flowers.
Choosing, selection, and then right now we're going to go into arranging, the fun part. And Kathy wants it fun. It's simple and fun.
Absolutely. Nicholas is going to talk about how once your flowers arrive and how to prepare your flowers, prep your flowers for your container. I'm just going to jump in and talk about containers right quick. Kathy is so great. She says don't be afraid of color, but she also says have fun, like Nicholas said. Experiment, anything can be a container. And we want to talk about levels.
Yep.
High, low. Be careful that when you are doing an arrangement, which Nicholas will talk us through, that if it's for a dinner party, you don't want it to be too high. So you may want to go with something low like this, which is great. Keeps it low so people can see over from our beautiful
Far East Dreams.
Far East Dream style guide. Nice and low, simple. We like that. One of my favorites is, sometimes we all have containers that are a little bit beat up. Like this has a little chip in it, it's a little beat up, but it's perfect for a breakfast nook. Let me grab these flowers from you. As simple as taking your flowers, making sure they're nice and cut and trimmed. Thank you. Placing those in there, and look at that. Fabulous. One of my favorites also is sometimes you don't have that oasis, and you want to say, well, how do I get them to stand up? Something fun, something different. In this arrangement, we took just simple white rocks that you get from
aquarium stores, pet stores.
Absolutely perfect. I love, obviously, Chef Andre, I love food. One of my favorites also is like coffee beans. This is great. You can take coffee beans for this one. You can fill it up with coffee beans, or you can just sprinkle some around like this, around here. So
that's a great one.
Yeah, this is kind of your breakfast arrangement. Let me clear this out of the way. You can see this a little better. And if you could hand me those cow lilies on the other side of that. So we fill this up. Try not to make too much of a mess. Here we go. Short and sweet.
And one of the tricks for flowers is when they come to you in the box, you literally cut them. The general rule is like one half of the container. So you just cut them at an angle. And then here, instead of the rocks, as Chef said, you have the coffee bean. You immerse them in water immediately. Make sure it's cut about inch and a half. Each time that you change your water, we suggest you change your water every 2 days to keep the flowers fresh and lasting as long as you want. There you go.
That's great. And we'll continue to fill this up with some coffee beans here. So there you have a nice morning. And this is also a nice arrangement. It's kind of a masculine look. That's also one of our favorites. And then we talk about our Aloha style guide. I love this. You take your seashells, and this came from a question from KathyIsland.com. Some people said, I'm doing a dinner party. I have friends coming over. What do I do? Something easy and simple. Well, we threw together a seafood pasta, and I went and got some seashells. We placed seashells all around the table. We also did it like this as a base. Seashells. We filled this up with some water, and we floated a gardenia. We floated some gardenias. We also floated some other flat flowers. So from the side, you have these beautiful shells. You have your water base, so it's very aloha, and it's a nice simple flower on top. And again, don't be afraid of color. Add some wonderful color to that. We talk about color also, and this is like when we get to the holidays. I love this one.
Yeah, this is actually my favorite.
Yeah, we take our cranberries and just fill this. This is perfect. You go to the store, get a couple of bags of cranberries, and you can place this all around your home. Fill this up.
And they last. And actually, you may not know this, but cranberries are grown in water. So you're basically putting them back in their natural environment.
Absolutely. And they float. So that's another great frog. You fill this up with water. Then again, you can do white tulips. You can do white roses. You could do white mums. It's a great contrast of colors, that white with the red. Very holiday, very Christmas. So again, it's about having fun, citrus, It's also a great solution. You can put it, you can either fill up a whole container like this and put your flowers inside, or you can slice them. So you have slices of oranges and lemons and limes around here to add color and a fun, easy solution for busy moms.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chef.
Absolutely, and you're going to get into when the flowers arrive. I wanted to touch on this too because don't be afraid to really go out of the box. This is obviously for a candle, so like a hurricane lamp. You take this, you want to put something in here so you can protect it, probably a clear one or silver that can actually put water in, then do your arrangement. So you have something that's fun, sits out on your mantle, gives you some nice height.
And imagine, putting these in there.
Absolutely.
I think that's one of your favorites.
Yes.
And look
For the
how
holidays.
wonderful that is. So, Kathy always says, with flowers, keep it simple, have fun, and think of shapes. So when we start with any containers, as Chef has told you, think when you grab the flowers, and there's nothing right, nothing wrong, okay? God has created all these wonderful flowers. We're to play with that. This is a square shape. Now you say, how are these maintained? How is this, for example, this floral arrangement right now is finished, but you can't see it in the middle, and it's probably to see it, but there is a grid pattern, and it's transparent, so it's hard to see. But you take a square, you take a circle, you can use Scotch tape, transparent, and then you do these grid pattern where you'll see it's like a tic-tac-toe grid, and that just helps keep the flowers in place like that.
That's great.
And they're maintained.
And now, is that a special tape, or can you use Scotch tape? Can you use,
in essence, you can use any Scotch transparent tape.
Okay.
It's not difficult.
But something easy that,
Something really easy. And what's important is whatever the container, think of round, and then have fun. So let's use maybe even this that you already have here. We have, 2 sets of collection of flowers. Remember, they come grouped. Take a sharp scissor, be careful of fingers. Cut about 1 to 2 inches. Assume that we have water, which we do, which is right here. And then we try to cut them sharply, cut with sharp scissors, so that imagine each stalk is like a straw. And remember the circle. We just circle them around. Continue the circle. I have 4 kids, and it's actually fun to do it with your children.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of free opinions, a lot of free-for-all. And it's great. And there's nothing wrong.
Absolutely.
There is no wrong.
You can't make a mistake. And we were talking earlier, so if you don't have that tape, if you don't have, you can't find the tape, your cranberries here act as your frog. They allow your florals to stand up. They keep them in place. You can actually add more cranberries in there after Nicholas finishes with this.
And you see, we just continued the circle. And in 3 more moves, you're done. And you have all of a sudden a holiday bouquet of Christmas. And there it is. Now, obviously, you go to a lower container. It's not as high for a table, and that was a great suggestion of yours. Just remember, shallow dishes sometimes doesn't allow enough water, and you have to replace the water more often. There is a trick of using a teaspoon of bleach because the murky water.
Well, you know what? That's great. That's a great solution, but that's part of our solution 3. So you're already getting into our solution 3. We're talking. This is our second solution.
Thank you for that.
Of arrangements. of containers of fun. It's really all about having fun. And don't, there are no rules really. You have to think, let's do this and let's have fun.
Well, the one rule that Kathy says is have fun and don't be afraid of color.
Absolutely. So if you want more information on the Kathy Ireland brand, please visit kathyireland.com.
And for more floral solutions, please visit Kathy Ireland Designs by Fabulousflorals.com.